on Friday with some Metroid Prime, as one does. And I have absolutely no idea how I would do the space jump skip. I also don't quite remember where I'm going. So figuring that out is going to be objective number 1 today. Flying Pirate. Pirates trained and equipped for airborne assault. Flying pirates are extremely agile in the air, but the heat signatures of their jetpacks can be tracked with thermal imaging. While their missiles are extremely potent, their jetpacks can be even more so. If the pack fails, they will make a suicide strike. Okay, I don't think I can go here without the grapple beam. I think this is the wreckage of the space station that the tutorial took place on. I don't quite remember though. But I'll find out eventually. Ooh, missile. Actually, maybe I could get up here with the gravity suit. As it stands, I'm kind of limited underwater. But gravity suit should be my next suit upgrade, which I think I get from the boss in the icy area. It's all a work in progress if you think about it. Right, I think where I was going to go next was the half-pipe in the Talon Ruins, because I just got Boost Ball. There's also this half-pipe right here. Okay, thankfully I remember how to use Boost Ball. There was a very real risk that I'd forget. I'm not quite doing this, what word should I use here, competently? Oh, there we go. I just needed a different perspective. Sandstone, that's Powerball. Powerbomb, rather. Regular bomb? Oh, sorry. I meant regular bomb. But in my mind it's like, okay, the power beam is like the basic beam, and then the power bomb is the basic bomb. Gods, it would have been so funny if I did the space jump boot skip. Come to think of it. Like, at this exact point in progression, I decided to do the skip. Oh well. I got a double jump now, which opens up quite a lot of things. I didn't know I was going for the boots. No, I did not. I'm making this up as I go along. Like, keep in mind, it's been like 20 years since I played this game. Like, it's been a while. Yeah, there was also a half pipe in here. As well as some stuff that I'm pretty sure Space Jump will help me get. So, as is tradition, I will just run around until I run out of new things to look at. Or my on-suit AI screams at me to do it right. Yeah, like up there I think I can get now. You wanna see how wrong I can get it? Alright. Extra missiles, always a delight. The more explosions, the better. That's some fox wisdom for you. Not sure how I'd get up there. I should probably kill these wasps before they, harass me too badly. Oh, also, I haven't actually been I haven't actually been paying super close attention to it. Do you see my chat overlay, and is it aesthetically to your liking? Because it's still like a very new theme to me, that I've only just implemented. It's funny that the game looks like Doom. I mean, it's just high definition Metroid Prime. It's just controlling like Doom is all. Okay, I probably need something else to get up there with. Oh, you know what? Maybe I come out of there and then I jump across. And then she spent 2 hours in the Chozo ruin trying to make an impossible jump. I see this thing and my first thought is the grappling hook from Wind Waker. I see this thing and my second thought is the grappling hook from Metroid Prime. Alright, where else could I go? Okay, behind me. Maybe I can get up there now with the space jump. Let's find out. Worst case scenario, I rule it out. No, that's, what's the word? That's Spider Ball, and also Wave Beam. It's like there is a half pipe there, but... Actually, you know what? I'll check the half pipe. I do see a Spider Ball track, and that is a Wave Beam door. But maybe there is something up there even before I have those things. Let's find out. Let me take those. that's fireball only. We got a pretty healthy supply of missiles at this point. What if I can get over here now? I don't have the grapple beam, but I might not need it to get through the rest of it. You know, you basically never ever need, like, as many missiles as you could possibly be carrying. Hold up. I hear the upgrade noise. Yeah, this game has like the super missiles for the different beam types. I actually really like the super missile wave beam, super missile version of the wave beam. I'm a huge fan of attacks that like latch onto enemies. What's this? This tree seems to be weakened due to cellular decomposition. What if that means I can blast it open? That tree's not weak at all. That tree's very powerful. I'll figure it out later. Okay, so this is over here. Looks like it's at the end of a spider ball track, so... Oh yeah, I would get on that. Okay. That's for later. I just did something insanely funny without realizing it. Oh. Lots of grapple beam points. And this is just for if you fall in the lava, I guess. Oh, and according to the radar, there's a wave beam door at the other end of this, so... well and truly not the place for me right now. Also, I bet being in there would have cooked me if I didn't have the various suit. Okay, so... yeah, that's wave beam locked. That's wave beam and spider ball locked. I did the thing to find one of those bullshit hit items in the game, but I didn't have the right tool for it. Oh, do I get a thing if I super missile that knot? That would be funny. Okay, I'm gonna assume that it's either Magmoor Caverns or Vendrana Drifts. And since the drifts are through the caverns, I'll just go to the caverns. Okay, so yeah, the thing that I'm hearing must be inside there. Alright. do have the space jump now, so that opens up quite a lot of stuff. It's just a lot more convenient to get around the world now. Normally find it with another tool I don't have yet. Oh, so like X-ray visor, I presume? Yeah, keep in mind that, like, at least for this game I have played through the whole thing before. The exact specifics of where things are, but like, revealing that I get an X-ray visor isn't a spoiler. That's a grapple point. You know what? Fair enough. I appreciate it. Incubating life forms below the surface. I thought maybe I heard the power-up noise, but I didn't. It was worth killing them anyway. Speaking of power-up noise... Never seen anybody use missiles so aggressively. They're really, really strong. Like, one missile has, I think, 10 power beam shots. In terms of just, like, raw damage. And then, like, better than even odds that the thing you just killed gives you 5 missiles back. Like, you can all but spam them and never run out. I'm just gonna peek my nose in here before I go through that whole thing again. Okay, this is Fireball. You know, like, if I was using super missiles, I'd be burning through them a lot faster, but I'm not quite there yet. The field of view is really bothering me. Also, where's the music? The music shouldn't have anything funky with it. Also, yeah, the field of view is expanded. It's normally 60, and I believe it's 90 now. Music isn't playing, so something funky. Did I accidentally turn the music off or something? I don't think I did. Oh, it's just a quiet track? That's good. Okay, that's to Pendrana Drifts. Let's try going there, now that I got Space Jump. now there's BGM. Yeah, I don't know what could have gone wrong if something was wrong, because I didn't fiddle with any settings between Friday and now. Okay, maybe up there. Upgrade noises. Here we are. Can be melted with extreme heat. Okay, that's plasma beam. As much as I would like to have plasma beam already, I don't, regrettably. Looks like there's a thing in the back there that I could go to. There's a wave beam door there, if I can get the wave beam. Wave beam is also how you kill these electricity thingies. That's another plasma beam thing down there. Ice burrower. Burrower adapted to sub-freezing climates. A hardy life form, the ice burrower has adapted to the frigid climate of Andrana. It spends most of its time tunneling through the frozen soil, but will occasionally surface to attack passerby. That's very rude. I don't think I've been through here yet. Or if I have, I forgot. Did I just go in a big circle? I think I just went in a big circle. Whoops. Oh, Lord. Joseph's script translated. As the great poison reaches ever further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawings of despair. Before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts, and filled with as much power as we can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now dwells within the ground, threatening all life? That worked out. Wait, I've been here before. Hold on. I was probably supposed to stay up there. Once again, this is spectacular if I have the wave beam, which I don't, regrettably. And that's a plasma beam door with what looks like a power bomb expansion behind it. So very productive, just not in a way that I can actually harness yet. Okay, with the amount of stuff that I'm running into that's like wave beam gated, I expect it to be the next thing that I unlock. Now, my friend, I've been looking at the map, and I haven't seen anything that like stands out as a thing that I should be doing. Except for maybe that door in the main hub here that I haven't been through yet. Oh, missile up there. Yeah, let's go through here and see where this leads. Okay, this feels like a place I want to be now that I got Space Jump. Let's go. A statue depicting a Chozo balancing the plane of existence on his hands. That looks more like a bowl than a plane. Oh no, I'm rotating. This is a statue depicting the bust of a Chozo architect. This statue is flawless. This is a shaman. Several stress fractures can be seen running along the surface of this brimstone object. This is a philosopher. It's flawless. This is a warrior. Also flawless. The hands seem frozen in place. I could maybe get up here and get a thing if I had the plasma beam. I don't quite remember. Or maybe this will thaw it out. Oh, that certainly opened that up. That certainly opened that up. Oh hey, there's the wave beam. For a second I was like, am I really about to get this thing molested? Oh, you know what? It's probably bombs. Or not? Oh, it's power beam. Oh, I must have hit it at like a weird angle before. I thought that it also reflected my power beams from the back. That's why I haven't been fighting these. Accidental misinformation box. This thing's large and spiky. That is a Sheegoth, supreme predator of the Phandrana Drifts. Sheegoths are invulnerable to most beam weapons. The crystals in their back absorb energy which they can fire at prey. They have poor stamina. They hyperventilate after using their breath attack, making their mouth area vulnerable. The soft underbelly of a Sheegoth is susceptible to concussive blasts. In battle, they expel blasts of frigid gas to ensnare their targets. They're also fond of ramming and trampling their hapless prey. Okay, so using Power Bomb, more Fall Bomb on the underside. So, bomb the underside. Out. Or just missile it if I can bait it into using its front attack. There we go. Is it dead? Okay, that was pretty straightforward, all things considered. It's still the wave beam. Use this weapon to open purple doors. I've actually got it on a hotkey, I don't have to use the weapon wheel for this. It's got like a really cool oscillating effect. I believe it also locks in if I believe it also homes in if I lock onto a target. And it's also capable of powering things that just require a blast of electricity to start working. You can fire enemies behind a pillar in the Wii version, I presume, because you can just, like, fire the shot off to the side while locked onto them. That's kind of rad. I like that. It's always satisfying being able to kill an enemy that was previously invincible. Alright, well, that opens some stuff up. Like that door over there. And that door in the Chozo Ruins. But the door over there is closer, so I'll go there first. The thing that I knocked down should still be knocked down. And that was over here. Aside, but I always appreciate how much of like an absolute tank Samus is. Like, if you don't feel like really dealing with things properly, you have a lot of allowance to just run through them and deal with the damage. These are scarabs, exploding parasites that can embed their bodies in solid rock. Scarabs think nothing of sacrificing themselves for the safety of their swarm. When a hostile life form is sighted, they block its progress by embedding themselves in floors and wall. Embedded scarabs violently self-destruct when threatened. Spider ball stuff. Invisible guys up top, I don't have the X-ray visor to see those. And a morph ball thingamajig, that's the proper term for it. This spinner device has been previously used and shut off. Magnetic rail system. This unanchored platform floats on the water. Oh, I bet this one's gonna make the water flow, and then it'll fill up the water in this area. Come to think of it, I really should have scanned that one before activating it. Oh well. Actually, what if I scan this?
Recording to logbook.
Standard morph ball slot. It's active. Inserting the morph ball and detonating a bomb will usually cause these slots to send electrical impulses that can activate different types of devices. Those wacky shows requiring explosions to turn things on and off instead of just, like, buttons. I respect it, though. I respect it immensely. Like, come to think of it, I too wish to make my primary means of activating things explosions. All of my devices will have that feature. Okay, so that wasn't what I needed to do. I'm not sure if that's the only thing I can currently do. But I'll check one more time at the water level app. No matter how you cut it, getting an energy tank was worth it. Yeah, what if I go this way? Here we go. Alright, plenty of cool stuff on display here. This door has no power. A nearby power conduit must be charged for it to open. A blast of electrical energy will energize the conduit. The conduit radiates heat that is invisible in the normal spectrum. This cordite statue is worn and weathered. The scan indicates the presence of a power conduit behind the statue. I think I might need a super missile for that one. That's a missile door, which I don't know if I can reach from here. And it's a wave beam door, which I'm confident I can reach from here. Oh, hello. Oh, rude. Man's trying his absolute hardest, and honestly I respect it. Ow, ow, that hurts. And he's dead. Anti-stasis tank for biological specimens. Latent radiation readings indicate specimen was highly irradiated. Circuit breakers for lab sub-processing. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go back and double check the other door just to be certain. Because I might actually be able to jump that far, and it might be like a save station. Oh no, I can totally jump this far, easy. And it's a save station. Let's go. Yeah, I was like, hold on a second, this feels too much like forward progress. The other thing's probably like a side thing. Ooh, portable pirate. Overseer squids incoming. Lock system engaged. Secure the area to unlock the door. Space pirate. Sentient aggressor species, well-trained in weapon and melee combat. They wield galvanic accelerator cannons and forearm-mounted scythes in combat. This species seeks to become the dominant force in the galaxy, and their technology may help them realize this goal. Ruthless and amoral, the pirates care little for the cost of their ambition. Only the results matter, and they take these very seriously. Wait, where'd that missile go? Did he eat it or something? Force field accessible only through space pirate bioimaging. Impossible to breach. That sounds like Twitter talk. Abnormally powerful crates. This force field blocks the entrance. Something nearby might be able to deactivate it. Access to Lab Hydra granted. Specimen 102. Increased volatility recorded. Predator awareness indicated even in cold stasis. Stasis tank operational but empty. Operational but empty. Assessment 2. Euthanized after psychotic episodes scheduled for removal. Phase on fluid bath levels at 70%. Checking diagnostics. Per procedure, whatever. Space pirate encrypted data decoded. Our initial tests exposing Talon 4's indigenous parasites to Phazon appear to be successful. Increases in strength, size, and aggressiveness are common in all test subjects, as well as unforeseen evolutions like additional poison sacs within the abdomen, and the appearance of a second ring of mandibles in several subjects. These creatures were chosen because of their resilience, and it appears possible that, given enough exposure to Phazon, they may one day be able to survive on any planet we transport them to. Our methods will have to be refined. We currently have a 100% extinction rate after the 4th infusion period, and most survivors of the 3rd infusion stage are so violent and uncontrollable that they have to be euthanized. Even still, we remain hopeful that further experimentation will result in success. Empty tank. Decreased vital signs. Cold damping appears stable. Elevator operational. Life signs normal. Pulse at 140%. Mass increase of 4%. Xenome SA is undergoing relocation to Lab Hydra. Subjects transfer ordered after a pronounced increase in aberrant behavior. Security clearance ADR3. ADR13 rather. Mining operations have begun near the crater where Phazon appears to be most concentrated. Daily Phazon yields have increased 44%, and our mining system becomes more streamlined as personnel and equipment flows increase. Several incidents of Phazon-induced madness have been reported, prompting augmented life support regulations in the deeper chambers. Symptoms include loss of equilibrium, erratic respiration, muscle spasms, and in the most extreme cases, hallucinations. A timeline reassessment for the refinery operation is recommended, as the material proves more unstable than initial analysis indicated.
Recording to logbook.
We have codified the newfound energy source as Phazon, a V-index mutagen of which we have very little reliable data. Indications point to a meteor of unknown origin expelling Phazon into the environment. This material appears to possess the power to mutate organic life forms sufficiently to withstand its poison. These mutations appear promising, with the rough evolutionary leaps appearing in single-generation reproduction. Plans to establish a full science team on Talon 4 are being finalized. You know, I love how in-depth the logs are. Like, any game with, like, really, really deep lore that you can, like, opt into, I love. Phazon infusion within central energy core of Xenome SA is at 70% saturation. Increased dosage appears viable. Spaceport, whatever. Most terraforming and retrofitting of security checkpoints on Talon 4 is complete, but we continue to research the alarming epidemic of breaches by local creatures. Door records show no unauthorized entries, so we must presume the creatures are either slipping in undetected during daily personnel moves, or else finding their way in through subterranean tunnels. We have found many small breaches of this latter sort and plugged them wherever we can, but it's unlikely that we will ever achieve full extermination within our current timetable. Platform active. Ice field manifestation in Ice Fault region has been 95% exterminated. Report any settings to security immediately. Increased acidity levels recorded in Phazon amniotic bath. This is likely a side effect of Phazon ingestion by test subjects. Access to Research Lab Ether limited to Team Sclera only. Personnel bound for Hollow Observatory was used by elevator. Before securing the area makes me brave. I mean, look, if they were brave enough to charge me, they would. Xeno behavior patterns show decreased reflex activity at temperatures below freezing. Phazon batch 1734D shows mandible mutation across all subjects. Cross-infusion with batch 1622G recommended. Mutation strain 776V shows massive absorption capacity influx. Strain replication is now underway. Prep work on all empty stasis tanks must be completed before specimen batch Y arrives. Transfer of specimen 344 to Lab Hydra complete. Further infusion suspended pending security assessment. Specimen 70. Optimal absorption mutation has led to unexpected degeneration of internal organs. Do not handle sedated Xenos without proper ice containment equipment. Cordite casing of column appears weak. Cordite. I think Cordite was super missile. Strain 776B has been successfully replicated. We have needed strain vertigo. Mutation of beta Xenos processed. Proceeding. Viral pathogens found in several Xenos have been traced to Phazon batch 1664Z. Terminate all subjects.
Recording to logbook.
Research Outpost Glacier 1 in the Phendrana Drifts for use in of Talon Forest Mountains is operating at 85% capacity. Sub-zero temperatures have made the Metroid sluggish and easy to control, even those well into phase-on infusion cycles. Cold containment stasis tanks are sufficient for the juveniles, but some of the larger Metroids have been moved to quarantined caves for safety purposes. Security doors remain an issue as malfunctions due to ice occur every day. Large predators in the wastes are also a concern, as they continue to kill personnel and breach secure areas. Unfortunately, it has become clear that our containment teams cannot neutralize all of them without a vast increase in munitions and soldiers. Tissue samples from stasis tanks must be hand-carried to Lab Hydra for analysis. Notify security of all material moves. Daily decontamination is now required for all personnel working in Lab Ether. Lower node of astronomical holographic projector, currently deactivated. To trigger my systems to activate when all of my personnel are dead. It just makes sense.
Recording to logbook.
Holographic sequence initialized. Holographic map coordinate data has been updated successfully.
Recording to logbook.
Phase-on mining is underway. Several garrisons have been established and terraforming of the Chozo ruins is underway. Security systems are operational and science team continues to make progress in their biotech research. The Phendrana Drifts have proven to be an optimal location for research headquarters, and soon it will be joined by a fully operational combat base and starport. The command's predictions are half true. We shall rise to dominance in this sector within a decacycle. Truly, these are glorious times.
Recording to logbook.
Scans of the spiral sector detected a massive energy spike emanating from a Wanderer-class planet identified as Talon 4. Scout reconnaissance was immediately dispatched to the center of the spike, a landmass at heading Mark 400802, returning with planetary samples and atmospheric imaging. Analysis shows the energy source to be an unstable radioactive material of enormous potential. We're unable to perform an accurate risk assessment at this time, but we are unlikely to find an energy source this powerful again. Analysis will continue, but currently Talon 4 appears to be a viable secondary headquarters. Holographic spatial schematic is in lockdown per Security Directive 223445. Okay, words. Alright, we're gonna take a 5-minute break here. Please use this time to refill your beverage, go to the bathroom, anything that would take you about 5 minutes. I'll see you shortly. turn. Time flies when you're having fun. Oops, that is not the right button I wanted to push. Let's fix that. Oh god, I hit the wrong button again. Ugh. I keep hitting escape to close out of the menu because that's what it is in most games. But in this, that minimizes it and asks if I'd like to close it. Which, needless to say, isn't what I want to do right now. I like the implication that Sam has just turned on the sound system in here. Upper node of astronomical holographic projector is retracted and inactive. Holographic projector extensions are currently inactive and need to be manually rotated. Use the spinners at the base of the projector to move the arms into place. Hold on, let me manually rotate it. I can rotate myself. But I lived. I keep rotating when I get shot, yep. There's nothing in the shoot thing that turns off the rotate thing. Lower node functioning normally. Upper node currently deactivated. I actually really like the shoot the fox redeem. Like, it's violent, but it's also very silly. And like, all things considered, it's actually a very simple effect. It's a royalty-free sound effect of a sniper rifle, plus a little bit of force added to my character upwards, along with a ragdoll. I feel like it combines to make like a very entertaining effect.
Recorded to logbook.
Planet Zeems, mass 4.8 trillion teratons. The planet's crust is primarily earthic ore, making it ideal for subterranean construction. A class 19, I think that is. A class 19 planet, Zeems is inhospitable to most bioforms. The world was considered unremarkable until it became a base for space pirate forces.
Recorded to logbook.
Talon 4, 5.1 trillion teratons. Ecosystem studies indicate that Talon 4 was a biological paradise prior to the impact of an extraterrestrial object. What remains of the biosphere is slowly fading due to exposure to phase-on radiation. At a current rate of decay, Talon 4 will be a barren Class 13 wasteland in approximately 25 years. Twin Tabula, 4.1 trillion teratons. Planet is best known for twin fever, a disease caused by a viral strain native to Twin Tabula. In the early stages of the disease, victims suffer from double vision. When the twin sight fades, the victim is near death. 2.3 trillion teratons, Dormine II. An uninhabitable wasteland savaged by nuclear dust storms and constant seismic upheavals. Planet Billion, 3.8 trillion teratons. Quarantine. Atmosphere is rife with minerals. No, Miteralis, a sentient gaseous global exterminator virus. Dear God. Sentient viruses are terrifying. And the team behind Metroid agreed because fusion and tread. shit, super missile. I figured that would come later. You know, X-parasites are genuinely terrifying. Really solidified that the Federation are dumbasses, yeah. It's like there's effectively truly nothing that you could do with the X-Parasite that isn't just horrifying, unrestrained destruction with a really, really high chance of, like, galactic extermination. Yoink. Trying to happen exactly my point. They tried to fuck with the X-Parasite and it almost eradicated the universe. Yeah, like, conceivably, you could train a Sapient X, but it's too smart and too inherently aggressive to, like, yield to that for any length of time, let alone indefinitely. And, like, the moment something goes wrong, you've got, at best, an entire planet that needs to be obliterated. Like, the fact that the X not only consume everything, but then just, like, replace them within a biosphere, that's what makes them really terrifying, because it means that, like, none of the ways of dealing with something like that that normally work apply. Like, normally something like that, you either destroy it directly, or you, like, remove the environment in which it can, like, actually exist. But it's like the flood from Halo, it's like, the only way to make an environment where it can't exist is to make an environment where nothing can exist. Access to control tower granted. Yeah, or bioengineer a predator. Well, that falls under exterminating, I think you're right. Yeah, like, that also falls under, like, extermination is the only option. You cannot harness them. There is nothing productive that could conceivably come from it. Like, you could maybe argue that what you were trying to do is, like, study that kind of existence to protect against, like, further instances of it. But, like, the risk is so ridiculously high. Maybe it's against these guys because it doesn't miss. They wanted a sentient bioweapon? Yeah, no. Not gonna happen. Like, there's dumb, and then there's fucking stupid, and that's just fucking stupid, I'm sorry. Pardon my French. Also, like, what would a peaceful federation want a bioweapon for? Like, the people with bioweapons are never the good guys. guess Samus has her reservations for a reason. Research Lab Ether. We're gonna encounter Metroids. And I've got a gun that feeds them instead of a gun that kills them. There it is, John Metroid himself.
Recording to logbook.
Metroid, energy-based parasitic predator. The dominant species of planet SR-388, Metroids can suck the life force out of living things. A Metroid will latch onto its prey and drain energy, growing larger as it does. The only way to shake an attached Metroid is to enter Morphball mode and lay a bomb. Phase on Fusion Stage 6. Subject Metroid. Subject's mass at 180% of previous phase-on cycle, increasing dosage by 4%. Stasis tank B118 contaminated beyond acceptable safety standards. Removal squad requested. Containment temperature stable at 3 degrees centigrade. Environmental diagnostics satisfactory. Internal organs of Metroid seem to be limited to nucleonic absorption cells and massive energy reservoirs. The reconstruction of Geoform 187, codenamed Ridley, was recently completed. After his defeat on Zeebs, Command ordered a number of metagenic improvements for him. Though aggressive, we were able to implement these changes in a cycle. The metamorphosis was painful, but quite successful in the end. Early tests indicated a drastic increase in strength, mobility, and offensive capability. Cybernetic modules and armor plating have been added as well. We believe our creation, now called Meta Ridley, will become the mainstay of our security force. A job he will certainly relish. What are the chances that American writer tried to say Celsius and called it centigrade? I'm pretty sure centigrade's an actual term. Hold on. Yep, centigrade is another term for Celsius. The hooked mandibles of the Metroid penetrate the skin of its prey and siphon pure life force energy. Metroid containment fields appear 100% effective after adjustments. Temperatures below 10 degrees centigrade will render Metroids docile. But like 10% is 10%, 10 degrees centigrade is t-shirt weather. What are they on about? Initial transfer of Metroids to Talon 4 research facilities has been completed. 3 were terminated in an incident at the landing site, but the others were pacified and transported safely. Initial phase-on infusion testing is underway. We are eager to observe the effects of phase-on on Metroids, especially their ability to absorb and process energy given off by phase-on sources. Early research suggests a considerable growth in power and size. Whether the creatures stay stable thereafter remains to be seen. All guards must use ice containment gear when transporting Metroids. This includes sedated specimens and those pronounced dead. In the event of a Metroid attack, repel creature with missiles set to maximum concussion. As if my missiles would ever be set to anything other than maximum. Confidence is high regarding Phazon applications. We know enough about Phazon now to begin combining it with Space Pirate DNA. The codename for this venture will be Project Helix. Preliminary studies indicate that Phazon infusion can produce radical new pirate genomes. Benevolent mutation levels are high in current test subjects. Phazon madness is a concern, but refinements in the infusion process should reduce or neutralize the odds of mental degeneration. As energy-based creatures, Metroids show immediate mass increase upon energy absorption. Oh hi, how'd you get here? I like how they ragdoll if I missiled them. Not quite. Oh, I missed. There we go. It took 3 tries. Ow. Enter Metroid DS is showing signs of increased instability and a heightened immunity to cold dampening fields. You know, I always wanted to play Metroid Prime Hunters. I downloaded the demo from ED Games once. It was really fun. Motion near Hunter Metroid DEG appears to trigger psychotic episodes. Personnel are to stay at least 3 meters away from stasis tanks. Hunters is bad, seems to be a consensus. I'm a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. A game doesn't have to be good for me to enjoy playing it. Metroids infused with Phazon strain vertigo are thriving. We feel they could be Class 1 energy harvesters if proper submission procedures are employed.
Recording to logbook.
Metroid dissection continues to provide more questions than answers. Our research teams have isolated the energy conduits that run from the invasive twin mandibles to the energy core in the creature's quadripartite nucleus, but the manner in which a Metroid actually extracts the life force from its prey remains an utter mystery. The victim does not lose blood or any other vital fluids, and yet the Metroid extracts energy. Identifying this energy is our central problem. It takes no physical form, and yet without it, the victim dies. We will continue to research this matter, as the isolation of this life-giving essence could be the key to our ascendance. Quarantine specimen exhibits highly aggressive behavior. Its body structure, composed of Phazon ore, appears nearly invulnerable. This has rendered our efforts to train a disciplined subject useless. East Quarantine Cave has been secured. Specimen remains in the quarantine area. All experiments have been suspended pending pacification of area. Project Titan is suspended indefinitely. Security breaches resulting in massive casualties have occurred. Access is strictly prohibited until further notice.
Recording to logbook.
Studies of Metroid biology continue, though with limited progress. It seems likely that we will be much more successful using the Metroids for our means rather than trying to reproduce their powers. If they could be adequately tamed, we would have no need of a proper understanding of their metabolism. A small force of disciplined Metroids could wipe out entire armies, and once we find a way to shield them from cold containment weapons, they will be invincible. Furthermore, if we could then harvest the energy they consume, we would have a near limitless source of power at our disposal. Making log displays orange when scan icons are also orange is a choice. These are red to me. Stasis tank contaminated beyond acceptable safety. Remove immediately. Yoink. Yeah, no, the cold weakness in the Metroids was deliberately engineered into them by the Chosen so that they couldn't go out of control. This tank holds the remains of experiment 7526, conversion of elite pirate unsuccessful. He's rather large, and also exploded. Empty tank. Oh, there's a Metroid in that one. Oh, you know what would have been really funny? Is, breaking the tank on the Metroid and then just, like, letting it kill the pirates. You know, without the ice beam, those things are ludicrously tanky. Testing of thermal imaging software complete. Commence download to tactical visor prototype for field testing. Central tank controller circuit connection terminated. Ooh, thermal visor. I fell down. Get annihilated, nerd. Super missile doesn't mess around. This unit supplies power to the containment force field at the bottom of the room. Thermal imaging software exceeding initial expectations. Combat applications are being evaluated by command. Field testing in Ventrona region approved. Use of prototype visors by security personnel approved. Inform command that thermal vision tests will begin soon. Abnormal heat traces are represented as red when looking through the thermal imaging spectrum. Central tank auxiliary circuit connection terminated. Central tank main circuit connection terminated. Thermal visor. Excuse you, I'm having a moment here. Those turrets have to be tankier than the ones in the Magmor Caverns. Alright, thermal visor. Search for hot and cold objects and hidden waybeam targets. Whoops, missed. With how much enemy hits into this game rely on lock-on, playing mod of the game without ever using lock-on would be an interesting challenge. Wouldn't be that difficult, I think. That is an ice beam door, so I can't open that just yet. So fun fact, when I first played through this game, I did it on like a really small CRT. Like I couldn't tell you what the actual resolution was. Like it was really small. But like, parsing the thermal visor was impossible. Because everything bled into each other so much. So it's actually a really cool experience for me right now to be like, actually able to see things here. Sentry drone, well-armed and armored security mecha. Sentry drones have limited intelligence but do their assigned tasks well. Being machines, they're susceptible to electric attacks. When alerted, they initiate a security lockdown, then attempt to neutralize the intruder. Their electronic warfare suit can scramble visor technology as well. Get exploded, nerds. Okay, right, I'm just going through the same area as before, but backwards. Oh, don't mind me, guys, just passing through. Oh, hold up, I want that thing. Up there. Okay, it's a more fall thing. Let's try and find the other end of that Morphball track. Here we are. Oops. Oh jeez, this would have been much easier while the lights were on. Oops. Oh well. Oh shoot. In my defense, I didn't know it was there while the lights were on. Oh well, I'll get it eventually. The camera's doing that Capcom thing that I don't really like, where it's like, here, let me adjust the angle while you're in the middle of platforming. Here we go. Just need to go a little bit slower. Thank you for the headphones, I appreciate them. But you know, if you've ever like played through like a DMC game and gotten to like a platforming segment, I feel like they make them terrible on purpose as a joke or something because like they're really, really bad. It has to be intentional at this point. So like the sound that plays in the background while the thermal visor is active, I always like interpreted that as like somebody chanting. Like it sounds like somebody chanting a mantra, at least to me. He's like missing with that synchronous style. I want none of what you got. Okay, so the thing resiliency 1 restores 10. Wait, did I have to stand and fight these guys? I feel like I probably didn't. Unless they like locked it down and I didn't notice. Oh well. They're space pirates. It's always morally correct to murder space pirates. We were told that pirating was moral. Technically, I have to disavow piracy. Like, you could totally make arguments that, like, piracy is preservation. But for legal reasons, I must disavow it.
Recorded to logbook.
Ultra energy refills an entire tank. The ragdoll gets me every time. It's like, bye, nerds. That's cool, they're like invisible.
Recorded to logbook.
Shadow Pirate, trained and equipped for stealth operations. A select group of space pirates have access to sophisticated cloaking technology. This gear drains high levels of power, however, forcing them to rely solely on melee weapons in battle, using enhanced detection gear when fighting these units. Oh, there was a map here. Whoops. could have gotten that ages ago. I like how it revealed all of one thing to me. Oh well. It's still an objective. Either I can go there, or I get a mental note of something that I need before I come back. Oh. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Good thing I double-checked. They're like, oh god, not her again. Okay, I passed through here just fine. And then my next objective is over here. Right, with the thing that I couldn't get through before because I didn't have the super missile and the wave beam. Save, probably wise. I think that what I get here is the gravity suit, which lets me access the pirate's space station. Hello there. Can maybe spend the rest of the stream in this room? Entirely possible. It's looking like I'm gonna get Spider Ball from this, which is actually kind of awesome. An animated sentient creature of stone charged with phazon radiation. The phazon radiation given off by Thardis negates auto-targeting systems, preventing lock-on. It might be possible to acquire alternate targets with a different visor. The chaotic nature of phazon radiation leads to instability and structural integrity. Thardis can encase targets in ice, and its colossal size and strength make it a formidable opponent. It's like Katamari all over again. This is fun. Katamari was a pain in the bottom. Mr. Genji, welcome. We're currently fighting Thardis. He's kind of friend-shaped, but he's not a friend. Straight up Black Knighting this guy. He's gonna have no limbs left at the end of this. That said, I'm running out of missiles, which is a moderate concern. Super missiles for me, but that's fine. Honestly, I probably should have been using normal missiles throughout, but super missiles are fun. He shoots at me are pickups. Wonderful. I can work with this. Yeah, this bonus doesn't seem bad at all. Granted, it might be substantially worse on controller, I admit. But the experience that I'm having with it is being just fine. Is like, hey, you can only attack me during this like very specific window that I have to invite you into. See that Thardis is sort of like me. It shoots projectiles, it turns into a ball and rolls around. Hitting this rock in particular is proving difficult. Oh, maybe Astro was like egregiously bad with this fight? What was the problem there? If this was Monster Hunter, I'd be hiding behind a rock right about now. use missiles right now. Oh, missiles. Yike. Guessing I can do this in one more cycle. There we go. I did it. How rude. Fun fact, well, not fun fact in the slightest actually, but I've actually been struck in the back of the head by a projectile before. Just a second, we'll do this cutscene first. Spider bomb. Yeah, fun fact, one time while I was walking home from college, I heard like a revving noise behind me. You know, like somebody gunning an engine. And then like I see a car blast past me through my vision, and I have just long enough to be like, what was that? And then a giant ball of snow hits me in the back of the head and sends me flying to the ground, and I hear teenage boys laughing their asses off. That's assault? Yes, it was. If I had gotten their license plate, I would have reported them to the police. Okay, so I presume that this grapple point is just a shortcut up here, so I don't have to do that every time. Or it gets me over there later. Yeah, like I say, unfortunately, I could not identify them because I was knocked to the ground. So it's just an unfortunate thing that happened to me.
Recording to logbook.
Magnetic rail system track. Yeah, it absolutely could have been worse. If that had been like a baseball bat or like a rock or something, I'd be dead. It's definitely terrifying to know that, like, you can be a good person, you can be doing nothing wrong, you can be following every rule, and then all of a sudden, somebody could just like blitz by in a car and do something horrible to you. Magmore Cavern South. Nice steam door up there. Yeah, no, like, it wasn't fun, it doesn't have a happy ending, but, like, it's a thing that happened to me. My save room senses are tingling. Yeah, exactly. It's like, let me tell you about absolutely everything that happens to me, no matter how intimate or traumatizing. It's content. pirates try to kill me. I think we're gonna call it there for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it each and every time. My next scheduled stream is going to be on Wednesday. The game is going to be Spyro the Dragon. The next time I'm playing this game in particular is going to be on Friday. I hope you have an